Those old photos of legendary rock concerts, the stage is just like dominated by these massive towering walls of speakers. Just a literal fortress of sound.
Oh yeah, mountains of wooden wire. I mean, it took a whole crew of roadies just to move one stack.
Right, let alone actually tune it for the room. But today, in this deep dive, we are looking at specs sourced from HDTVSupply for the QSC K12.2.
Yeah, and it's a speaker that basically promises to shrink that entire wall of sound into something you can, carry in one hand.
Exactly, just toss it right in the back of a hatchback. Whether you're prepping for a gig, maybe you're a mobile DJ, or you're just insanely curious about the physics of modern live sound, we're jumping right in to see how this thing actually works.
It really is a marvel of modern audio engineering, I think, mostly because of how it balances just extreme power with total accessibility.
Okay, let's unpack this, because to really understand the speaker, you have to look at the sheer muscle driving it. We're talking about a 2,000-watt amplifier squeezed into a 39-pound plastic box.
Right, which sounds impossible.
Yeah, my first thought is like, how does that not just melt into a puddle?
Well, it really comes down to the amplifier design. It uses a Class D amplifier. Unlike older amps that lose a ton of energy as heat, Class D amps are just incredibly power efficient.
So they don't get as hot.
Exactly. They generate very little heat, which is exactly how they can pack 2,000 watts into a rugged ABS enclosure without needing, massive, heavy cooling fans.
Okay, so it's essentially like strapping a sports car engine onto a heavy-duty backpack, but one that somehow doesn't overheat.
That's a great way to put it.
Yeah.
And that engine is pushing a 12-inch woofer and a 1.4-inch titanium compression driver.
No, wait, why titanium? Is that just like a buzzword for the spec sheet?
Not at all. So high sound frequencies move incredibly fast. Titanium is rigid and lightweight enough to move at those high speeds without flexing or warping at all.
Oh, so it keeps its shape.
Right. That means you get crisp, clear highs, even when the speaker's being pushed to its absolute limits. And I mean, it does get pushed hard.
Yeah, the specs say this unit hits a massive peak sound pressure level of 132 decibels.
Which is staggering for its size.
132 decibels. To put that in perspective for you, that is roughly the volume of a military jet taking off from an aircraft carrier.
Yeah, just a pair of these speakers can comfortably cover an audience of over 300 people.
But here is the catch, right? Pushing jet engine volume out of a 39-pound box usually sounds like a blown-out, distorted mess.
Usually, yeah. It would be completely unlistenable.
So how does it actually sound good? That brings us to the digital processing, the brain of the whole operation.
Right, because power is totally useless if it sounds terrible.
Exactly. The specs mention directivity match transition, or DMT, and intrinsic correction, which, I mean, sounds like great marketing, but what are they actually doing mechanically?
Well, DMT is a physical and acoustic design choice. Basically, a speaker has a woofer for low sounds and a horn for high sounds.
Right.
DMT physically aligns them so those sound waves exit the box at the exact same angle, in this case, a 75-degree cone.
So what does that actually mean for the audience?
It means the person standing right in front of the stage hears the exact same balanced mix as the person standing way in the back corner.
Oh, wow. Okay, that makes total sense. And intrinsic correction, what's that doing?
Think of intrinsic correction like a pair of auto-focusing smart glasses for the speaker.
Autofocusing.
Yeah, it's constantly adjusting the internal timing and frequency response so the audio stays sharp and accurate, regardless of the room's weird acoustics. You basically don't even need an external EQ.
Now, I have to push back a little here. Looking at the back of this physical speaker, there is a literal digital display screen.
There is, yeah.
It lets you save specific scenes, offers 11 factory presets, and lets you dial in alignment delay up to 100 milliseconds. Does an average gigging musician really need a digital menu on a physical speaker?
Well, what's fascinating here is that this tech essentially puts a veteran sound engineer inside the box, so you don't have to be one.
Okay, give me an example.
Imagine you play a gig at a terribly echoey sports bar. You dial in the EQ and the alignment delay, which just delays the sound slightly so it perfectly syncs up with the main stage speakers if you're using it further back.
Right, so there's no weird echo delay.
Exactly. You get it sounding perfect, you save it as a scene, and next month when you play that same bar, you just recall it instantly.
So what does this all mean? If you're a solo acoustic artist, you don't even need a mixing board anymore.
Exactly. Because it has a built-in 3-channel mixer.
Right on the back of the unit.
Yep. You plug your vocal mic straight into channel A, You plug your acoustic guitar into channel B, which handles high Z or high impedance signals.
Meaning it won't crush your guitar's natural tone. Right.
Exactly. And then you run your backing tracks from a tablet straight into channel 3 via an O cable. The speaker literally is the entire sound booth.
That paints such a great picture for you if you're gigging. And physically, you can place it as a wedge monitor on the floor, or you can fly it from the ceiling using its built-in M10 fittings.
Which are just heavy-duty threaded steel inserts, yeah.
You can even put it on a pole mount with a 7.5-degree down tilt to literally aim the sound directly at the crowd.
Instead of bouncing it off the back wall, exactly. It really is a solo artist's Swiss Army knife.
Bottom line, we're looking at an $899.99 piece of gear that completely simplifies live audio. Plus, if you register it, it comes with a 6-year warranty.
It's just an incredible value proposition.
It really is.
And I think it leaves you with an interesting question to ponder. If a single portable speaker now contains the mixing board, the digital processing, and the massive amplification power that used to require a van full of heavy, expensive gear, well, how might this extreme accessibility change the landscape of independent live performances in the future?
From a massive fortress of sound requiring an army of roadies to a backpack sports car you can carry yourself, it definitely makes you wonder what the stage of tomorrow will look like.